Hello everyone and welcome to Codebusting. I'm your host Code Marvelous, and today we are taking a 100% experimental deck for a spin. We're taking my new Kate Atman deck, Ats0lute, for a spin. So people have been talking about Cipher. Cipher's a pretty interesting card. So I wanted to see if we could make it work in Shaper, because apparently I'm a Shaper now. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, Cipher is a 5 cost, 2 MU console out of Anarch. It's a 1 influence. And once per turn, when you encounter a piece of ice, you may reduce your maximum hand size by 1 until the beginning of your next turn. If you do, then you get to reduce that ice strength to 0. So, why is this really powerful? Well, it's really powerful because you can couple it with another really powerful Anarch card called Parasite to instantly kill ice regardless of the size. So, what of the things that comes as a side effect of this is not just the Parasite interaction, but if you set an Atman at 0, once per turn, a giant piece of ice that you can't deal with just becomes strength 0 so that you can deal with it. So that makes the old Kate Catman archetype a little bit better. Also, Kate has more ability to quickly and efficiently recur Parasite. Wizard is going to be able to get more Parasites out over the course of the game. Like an Anarch deck is going to be able to get more Parasites out over the course of the game. But Kate is going to be able to do Shaper bullshit to make sure that those end up in a good place right when you need them. So there's a lot of threat involved. Let's go briefly over the deck and some of the things that are notably in here and not in here. Hi, everybody, by the way. Thank you for joining me by surprise. So, I did not put Temujin in this deck. I've tested not this version of the deck, but other ones. And this deck doesn't run a lot. It's like a kit deck. So I was finding I wasn't really getting a lot of value out of Temujin. So what I instead focused on was tag avoidance and acceleration in the form of career fair and modded, and things that give me money and cards for no clicks so I can focus on setting up. Because what this does is this is going to set up a hard R&D lock, like Shaper decks of old. The Atman Parasite strategy is backed up, of course, by a Data Sucker. The second Atman will likely be going at 4. Because 4 is a really good number for Atman. And then we've got a Cyber Cipher. We've got an Inti to bring those wraparounds down primarily. We've got a Mimic to deal with Architects and low-strength sentries. Then we have a backup Zer0, which is really just there for emergencies. What else? We've got Beth, we've got Earthrise, we got Film Critics, we got some Coddy Jones for the late game. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty standard. I have test runs. I don't have scavenges, because the test run is to make sure that no matter what happens, I can get a Parasite on the board so that I can start recurring it. Hey, Will. Hey, Chris. Hey, Link. Hey, Magicot. Alright, so without further ado, let's fire up the music and let's pour me a scotch and let's see how we do. Alright. So let's fire it up. Do. Get myself a splash. And let's do our warm-up game. Live stream. Lieutenant Dan. Live stream. I'm still drinking the same bottle of Glenlivet I've had for, like, the last 4 streams. I'm a little more than halfway through it. Hey, Kayak. So it doesn't look like my music is coming through. There we go. Alright, let's see how we do. So up against Spark. We don't have any acceleration in this deck. I think we're gonna mulligan. Let's toggle video mode. Hopefully we've got some UK people who are gonna watch tonight since I'm doing it at an earlier time. Let's mulligan. That's okay. At least I've got a little bit of acceleration. I'm gonna hold you to that, Magic Hot. You're gonna owe me a scotch. I've got family up there, so I just might. Oh my god. Link mentions that we could use Cipher with Worm, which I guess you could, but that feels terrible. Alright. So, I'm gonna gain a buck. I'm gonna hit Sure Gamble. Then I'm gonna go trash that pad campaign and click for a buck. So, they spent 2 to not gain any money. I mean, and I was gonna have to get rid of that anyway. Hey, Aaron. I don't know, Tug, if it's gonna be enough draw. That's one of the biggest problems I have with this deck, is I don't know how to fix the draw problem. So we'll figure it out. Alright, so let's get this data sucker down to use Kate's ability. Let's trash this. And then click for $1. We could get hard-hitting news here, but you know, such is life. My goal is just to keep this person off of money. Balder, you can't get in my lap right now. Alright, so now we need to have a setup turn, because I can't go crazy, because we could get hard-hitting used. I mean, I guess we still could because I just played Dirty Laundry, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I could do Proco. Proco just feels terrible in this meta. It's really slow. If I every turn after the first that you don't have a professional contacts already in your hand feels terrible. Alright, so let's draw. Let's draw. Let's put that down. Let's put that down. Clone suffragist movement. That must mean that there is a Mumbad virtual tour on that server. Yeah, I mean, I could try to find room for the professional contacts. Kayak and John C. mentioned that that could be a solution. It just feels dangerous. All right. So we got a Carapace. I'm not sure if we're going to need it. We'll probably install it just to be safe. But first things first, let's get Cipher down for 1. Let's gain a buck. And then let's put SMC down, and now we are in business. Yeah, Chris mentions that Proco always feels like a tempo hit. And with how fast corps are, I am inclined to agree. But I also haven't visited in a while. So we can add that later if we're seeing still having a huge draw issue. I feel like maybe, I don't know, the baby. Yeah, John mentions that he's using Sports Hopper instead of Plascrete, which is another way to accelerate the deck. Hey, man. I can pet you. I can pet you, but when you get up here, you try to knock the mic over, so you can't get on the lap. Alright, so let's draw. Let's draw. Let's keep our opponent honest by running archives. And then Link mentions that quality time is also an option, which it absolutely is. Okay. Now, it's worth noting, this particular build has never been played. So, just bear that in mind. All right, let's check HQ, I guess. We got to eventually, right? Hopefully there's something big there. That would be ideal. So there's an IP block. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring out Parasite. And then we're going to kill it. And then since if we're going to get hard-hitting news, we're going to get hard-hitting news. I think we just gain a buck and discard the other Cipher. Oh, I got to discard a second one. That's right. I don't think we're likely to need Film Critic in this matchup. Hi, Tanuki. I would really like to find Aaron. Aaron would really help. So it's worth noting now that we've actually popped the SMC to get Parasite out, we can recur it twice and kill 2 pieces of ice with Clone Chip for 1 credit apiece. I hope we can get something big. Yeah, I'm concerned about how much we're hard drawing here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me by surprise on this Monday evening. All right, so what are we doing? Let's draw. Let's use these sure gambles. And then let's run HQ. So we got to get rid of something, so let's get rid of that. Let's kill that. Hey! I think we need to keep the money. We have to, I've got 3 RDIs. We're going to get rid of 1 of the RDIs. Balder, you can't get in my lap. I mean, as I mentioned, I'm not opposed to putting Proco in. I entertain the idea of putting Proco in. Interesting. Rebranding team. Very interesting choice. Okay, so now we have a modded. So I think, click 1, we're going to mod down this RDI. And then we're going to put this down. And then we're going to run R&D. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the thing. All right. I guess we'll trash product placement. And then an Archangel. Amazing. Toby, Proco is professional contacts. All right. So we had to do a couple of things manually. But all's well that ends well. So we're going to need to have a couple turns of setup here. So we're almost through our clone chips. And we still don't have the Atmans down. So, we haven't seen a single score. So I feel like there could definitely be another agenda in HQ. I also probably want Levy somewhere in here. Oh my god, with these friends in high places in every deck. I just don't sometimes understand, like, the design aesthetic or, like, the design mindset behind certain cards, because we have, like, Wizard Domination right now, and we get a card that says, hey, If you want to be competitive, play Wizard. Alright, things are getting out of hand here. I don't know. It's just tough. It's hard to try to experiment. I don't have Parisia in this deck. Maybe I need to put it in because I just don't feel like with friends in high places I have any way to really compete with any kind of experimental shaper. Did I use both moddeds already? Yes. Yep. And now both IP blocks are back on HQ. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Wangman mentions that, like, experimental stuff's being forced out, but, like, you know, I've got a conspiracy breaker version of my Professor deck that does just fine. And can beat competitive archetypes. It just, you have to work harder to do it. I guess my big problem is we keep getting cards that accelerate the arms race between the most competitive runner and corpse, instead of anything that makes more things viable. Yeah, I have no ability, right? Like, I have no ability to impact this player's economy, like, zero. That feels pretty good when that happens. That feels pretty bad when that happens. So we can't steal the NAP contract, but at least we got a rebranding team for our troubles. Yeah, something like Friends in High Places being only one influence is absolutely insane. We have this problem where I don't think that the playtesters understand like how much tools that they're trying to create to help specific factions just accelerates yellow even more. Like, they have to start making good cards for non-yellow factions cost a lot of experience. Like, that is a thing that needs to occur. Yay! Cipher doing work. Alright, I'm pretty sure we lose here, but I think I put up a valiant effort. My opponent's also been playing pretty interesting deck. I'm very excited about what we're seeing here. At least if I'm going to lose to a yellow deck, this is something interesting that I haven't seen before. I mean, I think we still have proof just in this warm-up game that the Cipher engine works in Kate. Like, I'm breaking everything efficiently. I just never got my money started. I think we need to revisit the list. All right, so I think we just try to win off the top of R&D. Come on. All right, I think they've got me now. Yeah, the manual drawing is so brutal in this deck. I don't feel like we ever need Data Sucker. I feel like we cut Data Sucker for another career fair, and we find room for 3 Procos. Oh my god, are we still in this? It's a miracle. Let's do it. Whatever. The degree to which I do not care about that tag is very high. Okay. Okay. Whew. No, it's a Astro Bar. I would really treasure it if we could just snag that agenda. There we go. Good game. All right. Let's go back to the list. I think we need to cut the Earthrise. Am I not logged in? There we go. I think we need to cut the Earthrise. We need to... probably cut a Katie Jones and then put in 3 professional contacts and see if that helps. So let's export and let's get back in the thick of things. Nope, 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 nope. All right. Well, we got the Proco in the opening hand, which is about, and a Plascrete, which is about as good as we could ask for. Well, Oh, yeah, that feels good. So let's go ahead and Proco. That's sure gamble. Let's Proco. And let's Proco. And get rid of one of the diesels. All right. So let's diesel. Let's get that down. Let's get Plascrete down. And gain a buck. Yes, you can fast advance a 4-2 as long as you have Manta, Grid, and Bioroids. Alright, draw, clone chip, data sucker. All right. We really need... We really need to get the big show going. All right. I feel like I might be being a little too overcautious. So let's give it one more turn. It's Tanuki asks if freedom is really that good without indexing. The answer is no, but it gives me counter current. All right, Cipher, I really need you to make your presence known here. All right. If we don't find it next turn, we gotta just go. We gotta establish the lock. That's true. Wooly says you can't be too cautious. Yeah, I could always play Net Celebrity, that's true. Oh, Please, if you oversight something big. Okay, I really want to find Cipher this turn. We've got 3 copies. Yeah, I don't care what you put in front of it. Okay. Click 1. Click 2. Click 3. Well, at least we have it. I really don't think the Dirty Laundry is doing much for us. So now we're ready to rock and roll. So I think we just set up the R&D lock and go to town. What's up, Rob? All right. So now we got to get dangerous. Let's run. Oh, I can totally reduce. So now we've got the Corp in the situation that this deck archetype is going to be able to create, where they don't want to res anything, because anything that they res, I can instantaneously kill. So here comes the mid-seasons. For a whole boatload of cash. But we've got Plascrete, so we can just hammer HQ and try to kill the booms. I knew I should have kept Misdirection in this deck. $33. So if I match it, I'm going to have 9 tags. Yep, don't care. 32 tags seems fine. All right, so let's run R&D. Trash a boom. Let's check HQ. See if we can get another one. Let's run R&D again because we're going to see a fresh card. Run R&D. Okay. Good game. We got best defense to then flatlined. Yeah, hitting HQ all 4 times probably would have been the better solution here. All right. Well, we have a single film critic. We don't have any room. The solution is play better. I mean, but by that same logic, unless I had hit 2 booms out of HQ, the Atlas token still would have killed me. Spoonfunk mentions that I could use trade in, and that's definitely an option. So far we are 0 and 2, but they have both been pretty close. I don't know. I'm struggling to figure out what to play for a store championship at the end of this week. Come on, somebody join. Baltimore is where I'm going. Hey, that's a pretty good opener. Yeah, I think Wizard... I mean, I have a Frantic Wiz that also has the Cipher build in it, and it works really well. I just think this is more interesting and fun. Hey, personal contacts all out of the hand or out of the deck. I guess I'm a shaper now. I guess that's what's happened. All right, so that's the virtual tour. So let's draw some stuff. Just ditch those procos that we no longer need. Noise, I wish Noise was still really good. He was my favorite for a very long time. Let's go ahead and get that down. And then let's go ahead and see if we can get the Jackson pop. If not, I'll just trash it. Yeah, I'll trash that. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for being here on a holiday. I appreciate it. Hope everybody's enjoying. We're 0 and 2 with a brand new deck. We've been making edits as we go. Yeah. Woo. All right, let's start the party. Let's hit HQ. We're gonna have to hit it eventually. Yep, there's the no res. Got the sales team for our troubles. And then let's hit Proco and ditch the Plascrete that we're not going to need. And the engine is running. Site0 is bringing Cipher Noise to his next store championship. I would love to see that list. Let's run HQ. Oh, fuck me. Oh well. That's basically game. Whew. Alright, so we gotta get rid of some crap. We gotta get rid of the diesel. And we're probably gonna have to get rid of this. Man, freedom through equality is not doing work. So what happened is I hit SMC clone ship when I shouldn't have. And thankfully my opponent was kind enough to let me take it back. Didn't need to pay for the trace. Also, let me toggle video mode. Alright. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to heap Parasite out. We're gonna run HQ, and we're gonna kill it. And we're gonna Proco. And then we're gonna gain a buck. Yeah. Alright, so let's have a setup turn. And we can set up for the lock. Yeah, Kayak mentions that Cipher is pretty easy to build around, but I think I actually engage the thought experiment a fair bit here, rather than just slapping it in like an existing wizard deck like I did with my Frantic Wiz. Run archives. Let's check and see what's there. No cyber decks. I'm okay with that. Let's see what else is in there. Chrysium Grid, because they likely know that we're not gonna have anything that Alright, so we've got our first score. I don't have the Clot Threat in this deck because I just did not have space. Double team sponsorship. Those Ichis are probably coming back. All right. Let's force some ice reses. Mimic's down, doing what Mimic does, keeping me safe from Architect. Let's see what this is. Is that worth killing? I could always just click through it and then move on to threaten another server. Yeah, let's click through it for now. I think we will likely have better kill targets than an Eli. Hey! Alright, let's go R&D. That's pretty funny. Do I have Inti in the garbage? No, I do not. How many clone chips have I used? 0 clone chips used. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill that. Or actually, no. This is the time to bring the 0 strength Atman back. And that's game. Good game. My picks were very good in that. Dem picks. Picking agendas. Pick, pick, pick. All right, let's go find another one. Oh no, not the wizard deck. There we go. Yeah. Aaron does a tremendous amount of work. Like, tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. Yeah, I can't remember, Chris, if the rotation happens at the end of the cycle or at the beginning of the next cycle. Okay. So we have to finish Red Sands completely for rotation to happen. Yeah, I think maybe cut the freedom through equality, put something else interesting in. I might even put another test run in over the freedom through equality, or just put a singleton levy. Alright, let's toggle video mode. We're up against biotech. There's no acceleration. I clicked the keep button instead of the mulligan button. Honestly, Link, I don't know what... Like, Wayland is in a rough enough spot as it is. I literally do not know what Wayland will do without Atlas counters. I have no clue how Wayland's going to survive. All right. I think we do this. I think we do this. I think we draw one more. And then we Dirty Laundry Archives. And we hope we get some more acceleration. All right, well, let's definitely get that down before we forget about it. And then let's get that down. And let's just draw one more. I would love Saproco. Because every turn after the first that I don't draw it, it gets significantly worse. Yeah, Terminal Directive is going to be crazy for, yeah, Terminal Directive is going to be crazy for Wayland. draw. Let's draw. Let's get the Proco down. And we can afford to lose that. Now let's see if they did the advance. If they did the advance, we're going to see an instantaneous Nisei score. Nope, we're going the more traditional route. Let's put that down. Let's put that down. Then let's draw. I guess I could hypothetically lose hardware, so let's get rid of that. Gonna destroy your ice with the briefcase. So we got to be very careful because now that we haven't seen the instant score, realistically, what we are up against is a Komainu deck or some sort of net damage into the brewery kill. So we got to be careful and we got to play it safe. Honestly, my one request of the Netrunner meta is someone teach me how to play shell game. I am such like a garbage man at shell game. It's unreal. I just don't understand the mindset of the Jinteki player. I like to res ice and put things behind ice. The only time I can play shell game is if I'm drunk. Alright, we gotta get rid of that Sundew. That Sundew can't just like be sticking around. So let's go ahead and run server 1. So that's a Cortex lock. Not that it matters because we're just gonna go boop. And then we're gonna go boop. And in we go. We're gonna trash that. We're gonna put that down for 0. And then we will Proco. And then we will... gain a credit and ditch Diesel because there's nothing we have to quickly accelerate for. It's worth noting we are more vulnerable to what our opponent is doing potentially with the brewery by virtue of the fact that we are by choice reducing our hand size every turn. So we've got 1 MU left. Let's put this down. Let's run here. Let's kill it. What does everybody think? Psychic Field? No, Jackson Howard. Okay. Then let's gain a buck. But now the train has started. We've got a test run in hand. We've used no clone chips, and we're already completely set up. Yeah, one of the best plays I ever did is I took 3 cards that were all traps, and I just shuffled all 3 of them like I cared, and then put them all down. And then I was like, I wonder which one the agenda is, and they were all traps. So let's run here. So an I key. I think we can afford to hard break that. I think in order for Glacier to come back into the meta kayak, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think we need to jack out. Actually, hang on. We could have pro code because we didn't use Cipher, so let's go ahead and do that. Chris, my friend made me a little code snippet to put into the Tamper Monkey. As far as the previous question that Kayak asked about Glacier, I think in order for Glacier to come back, there needs to be a non-unique upgrade that says that on this server, the runner cannot use paid abilities. Or something to that effect. And I think also what would probably help Glacier is a resible upgrade or asset that says that currents can't be played. That isn't that bad one from HB or NBN. Something like that. Or barring that. Actually, no. I remember we were having this discussion the other day. The thing that Glacier needs more than anything else is the ability to have an upgrade that says ice on this server cannot have its strength lowered. That would do it, in my opinion. Let's get Beth down. Then, realistically, we don't really need Inti at this juncture. But yeah, I think what we need is a purple upgrade that says the strength of ice cannot... That's really bad for me. The strength of ice cannot be reduced on this server. I really need to find a clone ship. That would be ideal. Aaron's a pretty good one. Let's get Aaron down for some free draws, because I need to be able to kill something at instant speed. Otherwise, a surprise ice can really hurt me here. And, of course, friends in high places, because why wouldn't we have friends in high places in literally every deck? So, yes, you can use Aaron without the tags. Well, let's get the one we can easily get to. Yep, there's the hits. We didn't actually lose anything we care about. Somewhere in here, deep in my heart of hearts, there is a clone ship. Holy crap. I think we just got to start hammering HQ. Burn up these counters. So I think... we're good on money, so we need the hit points. Let's go HQ. What is this? The code gate. Do I have both ciphers in the trash? No, just one? Alright, well, let's go ahead and get cipher down. No, let's not do that. All right, I only have one in this build. Well, let's just go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. Hey! I think Ats0lute 3 is probably going to do the most work. That means there's nothing else for this to get. So let's go ahead and put that... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. So we are more or less immune to the brewery kill now because we have Aaron to instant speed. Let's run R&D. Force some ice reses. Yeah, I'll trash Jeeves. Now we are in business. This is exciting. Let's run R&D. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so let's Proco. And then let's Proco again. Let's ditch this stuff we definitely don't need. Next turn, we can test run the Parasite onto it and then kill it. No, I probably shouldn't have killed that Kamanu, but I'm just trying to, that's going to be the scoring server eventually. So I don't want it there. But the digging is the hardest part. Brainstorm. All right. I think next turn I could probably afford to run this. We're setting up for the hard lock. There it is. So, do we think that's a trap or an actual agenda? Let's run R&D. And it's gone. That could potentially be an edge of world, so we're not running that. Let's go again. I'm dead here either way. Woo! Good game. It is an edge of world on the remote. Dun dun dun. Yeah, we've been getting some very lucky picks. Another HB. We gotta get the Proco. Oh, RNGesus, Lord of Random Mulligans, please give me a career fair and a Proco in my opening hand. No dice. Hey! It's not terrible. We are off to the races. Let's do it. So, what is the counter to Cipher? Is it just rush? Rush fast with tiny rush ice? Because I think the problem with that is, if you're playing Quandaries, my parasites are still happy, which is problematic. So let's go ahead and Proco. Let's Proco again and see if we can get a career fair target. We get a lovely career fair target. And let's go ahead and get Beth down. Yeah, that seems alright. We've got some good acceleration going. We just need to get our console. We've got the modded for it already. I guess the counter is assets, but is it really? Like, my Frantic Whiz with Salsets, you know, does a spicy salsa dance and just rips asset spam to shreds. right, so let's draw. Let's draw. Oh man, the avalanche. People can't be. Look at my live stream. Look at how much money I'm making off this live stream. It's crazy. That's got to be a sand in there, right? That's what I would think. Where I can't really contest, unfortunately, because we can't get an SMC to save our lives. I mean, we're getting money. We just need to get programs. Oh, it's an Eve. Whatever. You can have as much money as you want. I want you to res the biggest ice that you have. Just the biggest. Let's put that down. Let's run archives. I don't think we need career fair, actually. So that's the one we're going to pitch. There's the biotic for the first score. If I could get any kind of program, because I would go kill that Eve. Oh, video mode. Oh, I hope it's a whiff. Let's go check it. Yeah, I'll take that, thanks. Atman! Alright. The stars are right. I should have done that in a different order. Come on, one of 3 copies of Cipher. That's got to be a Mumbad virtual tour. You have so much money. I've just got to run next turn. Whatever it is, we can deal with it. Let's run HQ. Check out. Let's run R&D. Oh, I can't do that. Sorry, couldn't do that. Let's draw. Let's draw. Put it down. Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's do it. This player's HQ is so chock full of agendas right now, it's insane. So let's let that die. Let's get this down for safety. Let's get this down for value. Should have done that in the opposite order. Let's do this. I haven't played Cade in so long. Break. Yeah, these next bronzes, ooh, these picks. I don't need to get rid of a Chrysium grid. It's Proco. Let's get that down so we're ready to lock next turn. There's the Franz. It still works the old-fashioned way. Let's get that down for free. Let's run R&D. Boop, boop. Whew. Man, these picks. Let's go get while the getting's good and clean out the money, even though it's only got a couple of ticks left. Off the grid. What? We should win off this pull. Nope. Next turn, we hit HQ. Clear the Chrysium. Do we have the MU? Yes, we do. Wait, we need to zoom out a little bit. Let's run HQ. Time for you to spend some money. So let's get rid of this. Let's kill that. Back in the right place. And that's good game. All right. So are we 2-2 now? Excuse me. I didn't Freedom first because I'm not playing as well. I'm getting too focused on the combo. Making mistakes. Two and three. So let's see if we can even it up First time testing the deck. The world is yours. Oh, Career Fair Proco. Yes. Living the dream. Living the dream. So let's check that first. Hey, make sure it's not a breaking news before I install anything. It's not. So let's put that down. Oh, video mode. I gotta, like, tape a sticky note. What the hell? I think we're gonna have some sort of mid-season shenanigans going on here, so I think we're gonna put that down just for safety. I wonder if anybody has used Cipher in something like Smoke to make Switchblade more effective. That would be an interesting idea. See if the other one's a news team. That's exciting. Now, in my defense, the losses that we've had thus far have been close. Stealth Nasir, you are a brave, brave netrunner. Love these news teams. Blast from the past. We're gonna need that. Despite us having 3 of the console on the deck, seems like we're always digging for it. Let's try once more. Let's get the clone ship down for later, for no cost. We don't have anything we can really effectively dirty laundry, because we don't have an SMC. So we don't have the ability to universally break. We're in an okay position. So I think we can afford to get Mimic down. And then we'll end the turn. Yeah, Danny, I'm just testing something out. When I test something out, I tend to get a little fast and loose and I make a lot of mistakes. But that's how I engage a deck and tighten up my play with it. My mission when I am doing a lot of these streams, these are all actual experiments. I'm not bringing in polished decks or things that I've practiced a ton. I'm bringing in things a lot of times that I've never played before. So alright, we really need an SMC. There we go. We're going to have to get rid of the data sucker. We're going to put that down. We can save the freedom through equality for later. For right now, I just want to run this and try to get money. So they're just going to let me have it. It's another news team. Now it's a ward bait. What does a ward bait do? On a card that can be advanced. Alpha, thanks for joining us. We are 2 and 3. This is most likely the final game. So we've got money. We've got errand draw. We can now freely check ice a little bit more easily. So let's see what's on. Let's see if we can get the Jackson pop. Tyson Observatory. I'm not too familiar with that card. I think our biggest concern right now with this deck is that the Anarch version of this deck can function without Cipher until it finds Cipher, similar to the way that when you play Wizard or Noise, you can still play without Grimoire in play. The problem with the Kate deck that I've built is that it requires the card to be in play to do what it wants to do, and that's problematic. Let's use one of these errand draws. We get another Atman, that's okay. Let's Proco. Sure, Gamble's nice. Let's Proco. We're not in a huge hurry right now. We got the Cipher, so we're ready to threaten. Parasite's not in the bin, it's in hand, and we've got a Data Sucker in the trash. So whatever this advanced card is that's very exciting, we're going to probably just instant speed kill it. So I need to overdraw on my next turn, maybe. Or do we want to check R&D? We've got MU. So I think, first things first, we put the Atman down. Well, let's draw once. That's pretty good. So let's put that down at strength 0. And let's run HQ. So, yeah. Puppet Master, what the? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take it. I will say this. For our very interesting opponent, they are not playing what I would expect them to, and that's really cool. So, do we think that's an advanceable trap? This could be anything. Based on what we've seen thus far in this deck, this could literally be like any card. So I think I'm going to have to ignore that one. And I think we're going to drop this. We're going to click up a card in case there's snares in here. We're going to drop Freedom Through Equality, and then we're going to run R&D. Well, that sucked. So we need to just get our RDIs down in lock. Let's pull one of these. Put that on HQ. Let's run HQ. Let's kill it. We are ready to rock and roll. Parasite is in the bin and ready to be recurred. Oh yeah, Tanuki, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. I didn't have him on the board for the first two. So you're 100% right there. Where's my other Atman? Is my other Atman in the bin? Or is this a code gate? Oh, it's a code gate. Space Camp. Yes. I love the theme of Space Camp, by the way. Oh, this terrible hacker. All we had was just like a school for like little kids to like learn how to fly in space. Why'd you have to be so mean? Alright, so we don't need that anymore. And we don't need that anymore. So we do set up an incredible R&D hammer with this. Tanuki, what this deck is incredibly interesting, and we will not besmirch this interesting deck that we are getting to play against. I'm so excited when people play interesting stuff. Alright, so we gotta go. We gotta do that. So let's see if we can do something crazy just off of the top of R&D first. So let's do that first. Is Herald unique? Or is it not programmed? I'll just break it, and trash it. Wormhole. I want to get that space camp out from active before we run again. Aaron does a lot of work, huh? Wow. So they can't win with that, so we don't have to run it. Let's get this down at strength 3. And then let's run R&D. This feels good. Fully set up rig feels really good. If we hit a random snare, I'm gonna laugh very hard. Project Beal. Another space camp. These space camps are out of control. Another space camp. Alright, so let's gain a buck. Let's gain a buck. So we have to run that. Like, we have to. Let's check HQ first. This is the really crappy part. Bye-bye. Okay. They can't fully advance it. I feel like there's no way we lose here. But apparently I was wrong. So here, we're gonna run. We're going to break. And then fire. Click the ice you want to fire. Sure. Space camp. Cute. Alright, so the winning agenda has to be in HQ. What is going on? It's just saying I keep hitting space camp. And we just get a bunch of money, and the next turn we test run the Archangel. Or test run the Parasite onto the 8 country. Good game. I love it. I love these interesting yellow decks. Look at this. Look at how much stuff I have in my scoring area. I have 9 cards. This is incredible. So let's do a little retrospective. What do people think of the deck? I think it's all right. I think it's slow though, and that's problematic. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know what to do here. Cuz I think the builds here is pretty optimal. Yeah, I'm not using Data Sucker at all. I mean, I could cut a Data Sucker and put in a Stim Hack. Maybe that'd help. Yeah, Chris points out that I'm not really using Data Sucker at all, which is true. I could take... no, I can't take out Data Sucker and put in Yogg because it's on the MWL. God damn it. Because that would be hilarious. What's one influence? I mean, I could get another career fair in there and help the acceleration. That could be good, I think. I think the hard R&D lock is the way to go. I think with more practice, I would also be a lot better at this. It just feels painfully slow. God. I could put an employee strike, but as a one-of, I'm really unlikely to see it early. Turning wheel is a link mentions a turning wheel. That would certainly help with my early HQ runs from destroying ice. No, turning wheel's one influence. That's a potential option. That's something that I think would be a good one of. And it helps me build inevitability in the late game. I like it. That's a good one. Aaron does a lot of work. I think Proco, unfortunately, I mean, it's a card I love, but I think it's the only way that we're gonna make money and draw enough. Yeah. I don't know. Once it gets going, it's pretty freaking sweet. Oh, right. We were going to get rid of the freedom through equality. That brings us back to 45, which makes us leaner and meaner. That seems good. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, we could also potentially swap out Plascrete for a Sports Hopper. How do we feel about that? It's less of a dead card in non-Blue Sun matchups. Yeah, no anti-current seems awful. But we don't have a ton of choice. That's true. Early scarcity would be very, very bad. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to put the freedom back in for now. Can't remember, is Interdiction any good? I wanted to view the card. Interdiction might not be bad, and it's cheaper. It stops the Sandberg res, the surprise Sandberg res. I'll test that. I'm willing to give that a go if we're just including it primarily as a counter current. Yeah, I mean, I think the bones of this deck are very solid. I think I have to pilot it faster, more carefully, and think of it more like my smoke deck, and just really focus on setting up as quick as possible while maintaining pressure. I mean, that's obviously true of all decks. I think Net Celebrity is an option, But I think Interdiction actually, like, does more work in this meta, in addition to just giving us a credit. Like, Interdiction has matchups where it's actually going to, like, be good. Like, if I play this click 1, and somebody goes to res hostile infrastructure, they now can't do that. And they can't res, they have to res Bioethics Commission on their own turn. So I think this might be the better choice. All right. So bear with me here. What if we put in 2 Netmerker and 1 Cloak, and then turn the Cyber Cipher into a Refractor? Now that we don't have the Data Sucker. And then we can get draw, we can get money, we can get whatever we need. Yeah. Without the smoke credit, it just doesn't work, right? Yeah. That's probably not the best idea I've ever had. But an idea for another time. Yeah, I think this is going to be what I'm going to keep testing. Everyone, thank you very much for joining me for this surprise stream. And I appreciate all the feedback on the deck and all the excitement for experimentation, even if it's a card with a card that everybody hates. Yeah, so tune in next week when I will be testing a deck to counter this deck. Until we see all of you lovely people again, always be running.